hey, somebody, this is for you. But at the same time, this is for everybody. Maybe someone could get something out of this, right? Not just you. So check this out. So I'm talking to someone that I know. He's a friend of mine on Facebook. And we are testing each other through Messenger. We're going back and forth. And I'm trying to help him understand that a lot of people does not have the same understanding when it comes to the subject of the concept of God. That concept, the concept of God, not everyone see and receive that type of concept in the same way. That's not true, right? So check this out, because you know who you are. I mean, we're about to dissect a whole bunch of things that you say to me, right? So check this out. I got my phone right here. I'm going to go down the line. We're going to dissect all of those symbolistic ways of thinking that you have, right? So check this out. This person goes, and we are talking about the concept of God and how people perceive that concept in different ways. And he cannot follow it. He cannot take it inside his head and know that that is a fact. People see the God concept and perceive it in different ways. Not everybody sees the God concept in the same way. That's impossible. Impossible. But check this out, though. On top of that, I'm trying to help them understand the difference between believing and knowing. It's two different things. Believing and knowing is not the same thing. Now, I'm going to break that in a very easy example, because I have to do it so you can understand it. Because for some reason, the zombie nation are stuck in understanding. They cannot pass the part of understanding, because those that are vibrating in a high frequency level of consciousness know how to pass from understanding to overstanding. So later they could go to the next stage of understanding. So they could be at peace with themselves. That's how we critical thinkers do process of thinking. We go from understanding to overstanding, then to understanding. It's a process. Most people in the zombie state of mind does not know how to do that. They get stuck in understanding. That's just a fact, right? So the conversation goes something like this, right? He's projecting someone else's video. The narrative of it is that God is killing people who's mocking his name. And he actually believed this thing, because if that person didn't believe it, he would not project that same post through the word in the net. I mean, that's a common sense. If you're projecting this thing, it's because you believe in it, especially if you're thinking that God is killing people for mocking his name. That's not a fact. That's not based on evidence. That's not based in proof. Now, the video goes something like, this person died 2 days after mocking God's name. This other person died 2 weeks later after mocking God's name. And the list goes on and on. That's not based in facts. I mean, I'm telling you for real, that is not based in any facts. People die because other people kill people. People die because of natural causes. People die because of accidents. Some unseen, invisible entity is not killing people or mocking his name. That's not a proven fact. You understand that? I know it's pretty hard to understand, because by the way that you reply in our conversation, you let me know that you have a very small way of thinking. Very small way of thinking and saying, like, the knowledge that you got and that you have based your belief are not based in proof, and it's not the truth. It is only your truth. And we already know about your truth and my truth. They are not the truth. Your truth and my truth is only that, your truth and my truth. But the truth will be consistent. It's only one truth, the truth. It doesn't matter if you agree with me or not, the truth will be the truth. It doesn't matter if you don't like what I'm saying, the truth will be the truth, whether you like it or not. That's how the truth works. So now, let's want to go this way, right? So this person says these things, and then it gets triggered when I go and say that maybe I might be super lucky that I escaped God's assassinations. I'm still here, but I'm not mocking God's name. You know, I already have a different understanding of the concept of God. You might not have that understanding because you're stuck in understanding. I already went overstanding, and now I understand the truth. And that is done through research. That is done through homework. That is done through a lot of studies that I have done. Because at some point in people's life, you're going to have to start questioning what is important in life, what is important about life. At some point, you're going to have to come to that understanding that whatever you see and think that is the truth might not be the same way the next person thinks about it. But only you will find out the truth if you actually do your own homework, your own studies, your own research to get to the bottom of the truth. So you can skip from being in the understanding part and go to the overstanding. So you can find out what's going on and jump to the next stage, which is understanding, and be at peace with yourself. That's just common sense, man. But I'm going to tell you this, right? So these people, this person go as far as to say that God is going to send me to hell to burn. This is how people think, man. They think that they're going to send you to a place that doesn't exist only in their head, right? Because they believe in whatever they believe to be truth through programmation. They believe in whatever they believe in to be truth through conditioning of the mind. They don't know how to do their own research to find out the truth. So they'd rather let other people tell them what's really going on, what is the truth. They don't want to do. They're lazy. Mentally, they're lazy. Sorry to say. Now, I'm not here to talk down on nobody. I'm not here to talk down on you. I know exactly, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm not saying your name here. I'm saving you the embarrassment of people knowing how small-minded you are. Because this personal knowledge of the concept of God only comes from one book, from the Bible. So he thinks that that is the ultimate truth. And because a lot of people in the world does not agree with that, he thinks that he got the right to wish death on them and send them to a hell to burn forever. That's not how things work. Don't you know, if you do your own research, like anything that I say, you can look up for yourself. If you do your own research, you will find out that there's over 4,300 religions and counting. Every day, somebody comes out with something new. That's true. That's facts that you look up for yourself. Christianity is just one of them. That's it. And inside Christianity is a whole bunch of denominations, from Catholics, Christians, you can Jehovah's Witness, like the Church of God, the Church of this. They got so many denominations on it that you can just sit back and take a pic. But that's only one book. They also have 4,300 other religions. They got their own book and they got their own God. So your small way of thinking of God concept, just over that one book that you have a little knowledge of, got nothing to do with the rest of the religions out there. And then it's not fair for you or anyone to send somebody to a burning hell forever just because they don't agree with your belief. Now, I'm going to make this thing clear, right? Very clear. Believing and knowing are two different things. Believing is based in no proof. You just believe. Knowing is based and backed up by evidence, facts that you can actually look up for yourself. That's the big difference between believing and knowing, all right? Because once you know things, you don't need to believe because you know, It's called knowing better. Once you know better, you got no excuses for you not to do better. Now, if you chose to still be stuck in ignorance after knowing the truth, that's your own choice. You chose to do that. Maybe you're being undeniable with yourself. Maybe you have to have some self-admission and stop being dishonest with yourself about what you believe because you're clinging so much into something that you find out now is not the truth, but you still want to hold it as the truth because you don't want to believe that it is not based in facts. You don't want to believe that what you believe is not based in facts. You don't want to accept that what you believe is not based in facts. And I was going to do a short video about it, but then I thought about it and it was going to take me too long, so I decided to do a whole life video. I haven't done life in a long time, and just make this whole thing a session for anyone to take something out of it, right? So check this out. As I'm talking with this person, the person trying to tell me that 95% of the people in the world are Christians. The 95% of the people in the world believe in God. That's not a fact. That's not a fact. That might be true to you, but in reality, when it comes to the truth, it's not a fact. 95% of the people in the world do not believe in God. No, maybe 100 years ago, not now, a lot of people have woke up to the reality that man has made books, that all these religions are nothing but man-made books. That's a fact, not my opinion. Every book in the whole entire world is manufactured by a man, by mankind. Nothing out of these words ever wrote a book for you to read. Now, if you cannot understand that, you cannot stand that fact, that's some inner trouble that you got going on. You need to get to the bottom of it. But the truth will be the truth. And that is completely what it is that you can look up. That's completely, ultimately the truth. Every book in the entire earth has been made by mankind. Nothing out of this word wrote anything for you to learn and believe and keep it as the truth. No. All the way back, from the first time anybody wrote anything, was written by men. So it's up to you to do your own research and find out why you believe what you believe. I'm not here to change your perception of how you see things. I'm only here to produce new information and make you think for yourself so you can do your own research and find out what is the truth instead of sending people to a burning hell that only exists through programmation. It does not exist in real life. Let me ask you a question though. What would it be like to go to sleep and never wake up? Can you answer that? You think it's death to go to sleep and never wake up? You think that's death? Because death is an illusion. It's made up. It's a made-up concept by man. Death, that everybody is so scared of dying. Anybody that's scared of dying is stuck in some state of mind. Death is part of life. One day, all of us going to die. That's true. One day, everybody's going to die. It is true. But why you being scared to die? No one knows what's actually going to happen to your energy life force once you stop using this body. Only things that you know is what it has been written. But it's not based in facts. All over these years, none of that stuff is based in facts. It's just people's personal opinion. And they have wrote it down and found a way to manipulate and control your life by making you believe there is a place that you're going to be burning for eternity and crying, and there is a place that everything's going to be happy. No, things like that, it's not true, man. You just got to use common sense. If you don't have a body, you don't have your own nervous system, how can you be in a place burning forever if your biological body is already done? Your human experience is done here. That's not common sense. That's not even right to even think that it could be the truth. How can it be the truth? You only feel pain because you are alive. Once you pass this stage, you're not going to feel pain. You can't feel pain. You don't have a body to feel pain. So how are you stuck in something that might think that you're going to go to someplace to burn forever if you don't listen to what they're telling you on that book? No, things like that doesn't go, bro. It just does not happen. And I'm not here to talk down on you, but you're a good person, bro. You just really messed up here. Really messed up here. That's all. It's like, I'm gonna put it really simple. Believing and knowing is this much of a difference in between both of them. Are you willing to jump off a cliff believing there is water at the bottom? Or are you willing to know and go find out there is water at the bottom and then jump off the cliff? I mean, that should be a no-brainer. Like, that's how it is between believing and knowing. Now, once you know the difference, you can start going to the next stage, because now you understand the basics of what it means to believe and what it means to know. Because once you know, you don't need to believe because you know. That's just common sense stuff. Now, you're trying to tell me this person, right? Because you have such a small way of thinking. This person tells me. So when you do your videos, only 4 or 5 people interact with you. When you do your videos, only 4 or 5 people likes it. I'm like, I don't do videos to be liked. I don't do videos to be popular. I'm doing this because I'm following my purpose in life. That's what I'm doing. I'm just doing my part to make a difference in the world by just following my purpose. That's all I'm doing. I'm here encouraging people to become the best version of themselves. I'm here telling people to actually believe in themselves and not in anything out there. It's not coming to save you. Like, so many people are here thinking that something is going to come to save them. Someone is going to come to save them. Like, they don't believe in themselves. And the only one that's going to help you and save you is you. Only you could do that. I mean, I'm telling you this for a fact, that no one is coming to save you unless you save yourself. That's what I'm doing, man. I mean, I'm going to take it a step further, right? Now, I'm doing my best to become the best version of myself by actually helping everyone to utilize critical thinking. I'm an inner self-development specialist. I help people utilize critical thinking to better themselves by deprogramming the way that you think. That's all I'm doing. I'm not really out here trying to talk down nobody. You want to believe whatever you want to believe? Go right ahead. I still sleep well at night. Whether you believe or if you don't want to believe, I still sleep well at night. That's all I do, man. I'm only here trying to become the best version of yourself. That's all. And I'm encouraging everybody to believe in themselves. That's all I'm not doing. I'm not here trying to talk down on nobody. I'm not here to make you think how I think. I'm here to help you think for yourself. That's all I'm not doing. So yeah, a lot of people might not watch my videos. A lot of people might not agree or hit like on my buttons. But guess what? I still see who see my videos and who don't see it. You don't have to hit the like button. I still see that you watch my video. Especially you. That one person out there that was talking and sending me to hell to burn forever. Wishing death on me. And all I'm doing is being the best version of myself. I'm empowering people to become the best version of themselves. I'm spreading peace. I'm spreading truth. I'm spreading love. Yo, what is wrong with that? I don't think there's anything wrong with that once you're not hurting nobody, right? You're not hurting anyone, so you're doing the right thing. But if you're out there stuck in the zombie state of mind because you have been programmed unconsciously to accept the systematic way of living, you have a problem. Nobody else have one. You know what I mean? No one have a problem with you doing whatever you want to do. But you have a problem with other people living their purpose. And that's not cool, man. Now, I'm going to tell you this thing, right? You, specifically you, the one that I was texting with, and we was communicating back and forth to Messenger, I'm going to tell you something. You went so far to tell me that you would dare me in bed to come on Facebook and say, and talk down on God. You was telling me to say, I bet you don't go on Facebook and say that God ain't shit and that God doesn't exist. Now, why would you want me to say that? Why would you want me to come in here and say something like that when I'm spreading nothing but truth pieces out? If you want to believe in God, it's up to you to each his own. That's not my purpose to try to look down on nobody. I don't mock people. I don't mock the God concept. I already know what the God concept is, and I already know what it was made for. It was made to control and manipulate the way you're thinking. That's proven facts. I already know that that book was written by men. That's a fact. I already know what year they put that book together. I did my own research. I already know who was the one that put that book together. I did my research. I already understand how that type of system works. I don't have to take it as truth, because nothing out of this world is going to come here to kill me. The only people that's killing people is people. Like this unseen entity that no one have ever heard, no one have ever seen, have never killed no one. Only people kill people. Natural causes kill people. Accidents kill people. Catastrophes kill people. That's proven facts. You cannot ever say and make it a truth that mocking God's name will be the reason why you die. That's not a fact. You gotta wake up to that. That's not a fact. How are you gonna tell me that if that was a fact, a lot of motherfuckers would have been dead by now, right? A lot of people would be dead by now, but that's not a fact. That's just people's personal opinion about what they think is true, not the actual truth. And that's a proven fact. Now, to everybody out there that are doing the right thing and on the right path of becoming the best version of yourself, man, more power to you, man. I salute you, for real. But for those stuck in the zombie state of mind, y'all need to wake up. And it's not me wanting you to wake up. I'm doing my part by helping you think for yourself about what is important in life. Now, I'm going to make it clear, right? Because even this person that I was talking to, this person thinks that when I say you're a zombie, he thinks that I'm talking about the zombie made, the Hollywood zombie made motion pictures. He thinks I'm talking about the TV show zombies. No, that's not the zombies that we are talking about. I'm talking about the new definition of a zombie state of mind, which is those people walking around the world not knowing what's really going on. Those people walking around the world not knowing what is really important in life. Those people walking around the world brainwashed and programmed through tradition, through religion, through the governments. Those is the type of people that we are talking about. Those are zombie. A zombie is a person that is stuck living in the systematic way of living and accept it and don't know how to break away from it. That is a zombie. We're not talking about motion picture zombies. No, we're not talking about those type of zombies. That's not what I talk about. Now, we're talking about those people who's not alert, not aware of what's actually going on in the world. Like right now, most of these zombies right here is doing what they're told to do. They don't know how to do this for themselves. They don't even know what's happening in Australia right now. Like, you know what's going on in Australia right now? They're keeping people locked up in their house. Yeah, now that's a proven fact. You can look it up for yourself. This is what's happening at this second. People in Australia, are being locked up in their house and they're not allowed to come out because they don't have that. So they're now keeping people locked up in their house. How long do you think that's going to take before it hits the United States? Like, they're going to make you, force you against your will to get that thing, and if you don't, they have a place for you. They either lock you up in your house or keep you in one of those concentration FEMA camps they're building all around the United States. That's what's going to happen at some point. I mean, if you're not aware of this thing, you're not really know. You're walking around like a zombie. If you're not out there being prepared and alert and aware and vibrating in a high frequency level of awareness, and if you're not building your conscious to actually stay alert, you are a zombie. I'm sorry to say, you are a zombie. Yeah, and this person goes as far as to say, well, yeah, you might have 26 people in your private Facebook page, and they're following you. Listen, I'm not looking for followers. I'm not Jesus Christ, bro. That's not my job. I'm not trying to have people follow me. No, I'm here to help one another become better. That's it, brother. I'm here to spread love, positivity to everybody. I'm here empowering you to live your dreams. I'm here to help you break away from the systematic way of living. You know what I mean? I don't need a whole bunch of people. I only got 160 something people in Facebook. So I don't expect too many people to be seeing my videos. Now, those that support and know that what I'm talking about have some common sense in it, they support me. They hit like if they want to. That's cool. I appreciate all of that. If you don't, you don't. It's okay. Now, the people in my private page, Facebook, a lot of those people got 3,000 friends. And they've been followed by hundreds of people. So even that I'm not having that big impact of people watching my stuff, is people still knowing about what I'm doing. And I am doing my part by making a difference in my life. And in the biggest scheme of things, I'm making a difference in the world. Like helping you utilize critical thinking so you can become the best version of yourself. That's what I'm doing. I'm not trying to knock down your belief. You want to believe that? Good. You like to live stuck in a systematic way of living? Good. You want to get stuck in the zombie state of mind? Good. But don't blame me. And don't have nothing against me. Don't be hating on me because I am doing what I'm supposed to do. And I'm living life to the fullest. I'm not out here doing all kinds of craziness. I'm living life to the fullest. I'm loving my people. I'm spreading positivity. I'm learning every day new things. I'm not being stuck in a little mind frame of just accepting what they're telling me to accept. I'm making decisions for my own self. I'm the main character and director of my own real life movie. You could do the same thing with your life. But instead of that, you want to hate me. You want to send me to hell and burn forever. You want to secretly hate me, but you want to tell me that you love me. But secretly you hate me because you are one of the people that be commenting on my stuff, talking about, yeah, I will be like that one day. But you secretly hate me. What is that? You're like, oh, you don't know how to become the main character of your own real life movie? That's what it is? So you have to hate other people? Wow. That's like, that doesn't sound too Christian-like. That doesn't sound too loving. Hey, but that is up to you. This was for you, but at the same time, I just made it a lesson for everybody to get whatever they want to get out of it. I just want you to know that you are important, bro. And if you're breathing, you matter. So it doesn't not matter what I think about you, because I'm not thinking about you. It doesn't really come to you. Don't hit my radar, bro. You're vibrating so low that I don't got time to see that type of low frequency. I'm elevating, and as I elevate, I become a better person. That's all it is. I used to be in the zombie state of mind. I used to believe all of the man-made books. I used to be in religion way back then, but then I understood what was actually happening. You want to break out of the systematic way of living, start becoming the change that you would love to see in the world. That's how you do it. Like I'm doing my part of spreading positivity, of spreading love. What are you doing? What are you doing over there? Doing what you're told to do? Living your life how they want you to live your life? Are you one of those that wake up every fucking day to go to work and make somebody else rich so you can come back home and pay your bills for a living? That's what you want to do? Why you can't work for your own self? Why you cannot help yourself become rich and your family become rich by actually putting all of that energy that you're giving them to you? Turn that all into you. I prefer do what I love to do and get compensated for it instead of making someone else rich that doesn't give a fuck about me or my family. Which one would you prefer? Get compensated for doing what you love to do, because once you do that, it doesn't become a job. That's not working. That's doing what you love to do and following your purpose. You are living life according to your purpose now. But when you're doing it for someone else that they don't really care about you, now you're defeating the purpose of actually becoming the best version of yourself, because you're helping someone else live their dreams and you're not living yours. That's what's actually happening. If you're one of those, you mad at me because I can breathe. I can just chill. I'm just chilling, breathing, talking to you. And I know that my English may not be that good, and I might have a little trouble with a couple of words being there. But it's good enough for you to understand that you are stuck in the systematic way of living, like a zombie, and you don't want to break up from it because you have beliefs. And beliefs goes against knowing. And And when you know things, you do not need believe. So you see the difference? I mean, like I said, man, I don't do live videos, but I already knew if I was going to make a short video about this, it was going to be too long. So I went live and start talking about it and help you out. You know who you are. That one zombie out there is definitely not you watching right now, but that zombie, which this whole life video is all about. This whole life video is all about that one zombie that was sending me to hell. They're sending me to burning hell just because I look at the God concept differently than him. He thinks I'm mocking God, and I'm telling him that it is different ways to perceive the concept of God according to who you are. So if you was born in a place where all the teaching was this one book, that's always going to take as truth, because you don't know no better. You have a small understanding of the knowledge when it comes to the God concept. It's many religions around the world, and they all got their own gods. That does not mean that your God is better than theirs, and that doesn't mean that their God is better than yours. All of y'all stuck in the zombie state of mind where you believe that these man-made books is actually based in truth and not based in truth. They're only an agenda to manipulate and control the way that you live it, because you don't know how to think for yourself. And they already know that. So that's how they have been controlling the whole world all of this time. But a lot of people in the later years have waken up to the understanding that you have been lied your whole life. Everything they told you since you were little mostly was a lie. And now you just follow tradition through a belief system that was made up to control you. And you don't know about it. How can you know about it? Because if you didn't know about it, you will find out that everything that is in this earth belongs to everyone equally. That's why everything is here. But they got you paying for everything. They put in your head, the paper money means something. Knowing that what actually means something and have value is the resources of this planet. And you are part of the resources of this planet. Your life and your time, the two most important resources of this planet. That's a proven fact. And if they figure out how to keep you occupied and distracted by doing what they want you to do instead of you doing what you want to do, they're going to do that because they don't want to do it themselves. So they have to find ways to manipulate and mentally slave you to believe whatever they want you to believe, and not for you to actually find out the truth. Do you get this thing, or is it too hard for you somebody to understand? Because if you knew better, you will actually do some research and get to the bottom of what you think is important in your life, so you can find out the truth, so you can understand what you don't understand, and later on understand and be at peace with yourself. That's what you have to do. And one way that I'm doing my part is by making a difference in the world, by becoming the best version of myself, helping one another become better, and we can all be united like one big family, no matter what race you are. As long as you know that you have an inner energy life form living inside this body, and it's having a human experience, then you will start to find love all around you, because you start to learn to love yourself. And it's the only way that you're going to love anybody else. You got to love yourself first, completely. If you don't know who you really are, I suggest you do some inner self-development and start to work with yourself. And forget about what other people have been telling you to believe. I don't tell nobody to believe me. I tell people to go do their own research. Don't believe nothing I'm saying. Go do your own research. I'm here to only alert my people, to keep you aware of what's actually going on, because nobody's talking about what's really matters. They're just keeping you distracted in the everyday programmation. Get up, go to work, come back, pay bills, tomorrow do it all again. And people like that every day. They don't want you to actually sit back, think for a second, and find out what's really going on. What has been done to you mentally? What has been done to you emotionally? Or how bad they have brainwashed you to just follow orders. You're not doing anything but following orders. You're falling inside the crowd. You're either lining up to get that in because they have promoted so much fear through propaganda, through the media, through the radio, through every outlet they got. And then they're giving you the solution. Another thing, they might hurt you, because why would you do something in your body that doesn't belong to your body just because they're telling you that it's good for you? And if you don't do your own research to find out if it's actually good for you, why would you still do it? It just don't make no sense. Just don't make any sense at all. But they do got you doing that stuff. And it's not my fault. It is your own fault. You are being ignorant to the truth. You're ignorant. And being ignorant is not a bad thing. It just means that you don't know. But once you start to know things, you should start doing better things and not keep falling back into the mental programmation they have done to you. Man, I'm telling you this thing, but I don't think you're even going to get it, because, like I said, I'm not here to save you. No one and nothing is going to come to save you. You got to save yourself. At the end of the day, I go to sleep fine, chilling. I have no worries whatsoever. Can you say the same? I bet mostly I go to sleep like this. I got to get up tomorrow. I got to go to fucking work. I hate this place I got to work for. I got to pay all of these bills. Fuck, man. Can I do something else? Yes, you can. You can. You can find what you love to do and start doing that and find a way to get compensated for it. You can. You can actually become an entrepreneur and actually make a difference in the world by bringing something to the world that the world doesn't have, because now you're bringing your own invention and creating something that the world needs. And in my case, I'm just waking up everyone that's in the zombie state of mind. That is my purpose. It made me feel good that I'll be able to talk about the truth. Not my truth, not your truth, but the actual truth. Things that you can look up for yourself and be more alert and aware, so you can start raising the level of awareness to the next level of consciousness. And you could get off from being in the understanding place and go to the overstanding, so you can find some understanding and be happy with yourself. That's easy. My purpose is to help you become the best version of yourself, and not better than anybody, just better than who you was. There's nothing wrong with that, but some people found something wrong with it, so people always have to hate on you. It's okay. It's all right. Guess what? All that hate does not bother me. Do not take any sleep away from me. When I lay down, I sleep like a baby. And you do the same thing. And this is how I do it. My mentality got nothing to do with your mentality, right? So if I tell you that I know that the whole world belongs to me, that's what I think I know, because of how I am experiencing my life. The whole world belongs to me, because the whole world belongs to you too. The word was never given to no one in specific to keep. So why are you paying for your land? How? I still can't get away from that. How they have manipulated you to believe that the piece of land that you live on belongs to them and you have to pay them for it. No one gave it to them. It's been always yours. That's why the planet Earth was for all of us to enjoy equally, freely. Now they got you paying for everything. They convince you that if you don't pay for something, you don't own nothing. But everything that we need is here. It always has been here. Always. Like, how can you not understand how bad you're being manipulated to accept the systematic way of living? How is that? How can you not understand that you have been played your whole life and they have lied to you your whole life? Now we got grown-ass people believing in imaginary people. Like, they believe in imaginary friends. It's like a grown man still believing in Santa Claus. They believe in this imaginary friend. Like the people that I was talking about, that guy right there that I was talking to, he believes that this unseen entity is going to kill me because I do not believe on it. Like, what? That does not make sense. No one is going to kill me because I don't believe in what they believe. They might get mad at me. Some people might go crazy and try to do some harm to me. But nothing that does not exist. This is imaginary people is not going to kill me. That's not going to happen. So I got the balls to actually tell people that, please, whoever you believe to, when you say bless you, just tell me bless. Because I was blessed since the day I was born. I don't need no fake entity blessing. Keep your own blessing. So when they're going to say, somebody bless you, now let them bless you. I'm already blessed. I already woke up from that systematic way of living. I know that no one is coming to save me. I know that I have to save myself. My job right now is to make sure that those that I love know the truth. My kids know the truth. They're not walking around believing in Santa Claus. They're not walking around believing in the tooth fairy. They're not walking around thinking that someone is coming to save them. No, I broke that curse. That was a curse, a traditional long lineage curse. I already told them what is important in life due to common sense, not through believing, not through programmation. I have to be the one to say negativity stop with me, and we're going to build to become the best version of ourselves by having inner self-believing, by doing things for ourselves and taking charge of our life by becoming the main character and director of our own real life movie. That's what we're doing. But as long as you are letting them controlling you, you're just taking a back seat. You're being an extra in your own movie. You're letting them become the main character. You're supposed to be the main character. You're supposed to always be in charge of your own life. You're supposed to be in charge of your decisions, in charge of your responses, in charge of how you feel about things. You're supposed to be in charge of everything that has to do with you. You are responsible for that. And if you want to believe in other things out there, fine. I got no problem with that. Believe what you want. But do not try to hate on me because I'm trying to tell people to think for themselves. That's not fair. But even if you do, it's okay. Like I say, I sleep well at night. Like a baby. You can hate me all you want to. You can secretly hate me and tell me that you love people that vibrate at a high frequency level. You can't tell when someone is telling them in their face, I love you, but they're lying through their teeth. We just sit back and relax and laugh like, yeah, okay, you love me, but secretly you hate me. That's so cool. So good. Like, what do I have to do for breathing right now? Like, I'm breathing. This is so amazing. Right now, at this second, you cannot take 1 second away from me. This experiencing, I'm having it. What are you doing over there? Hold on. I don't even want to pull up. If I pull up the phone, bro, if I pull up the crazy messages, right? This person sent me. Like, we all will be here laughing for like more hours. But I don't got that much time to just be trying to bring my point across. But hey, something, this is for you. You need to wake up. But like, check this out though. This is how this shit go. I'm gonna read something so you know. So you could take a little example of the mentality of this person, right? So this is how ignorant a person is. So I tell the people, when you grow some ball, you want to have a conversation, FaceTime, face-to-face through Facebook, FaceTime, we FaceTime each other. And we can have a constructive, productive conversation to build one another, understand what's going on, right? So this person responds to that with this. This is how dumb a zombie could be. Is this? He says, I have no time for ignorant people. And then about having balls, Bobby. You don't have time to talk to ignorant people. But if that's what you're calling me, you still find time to type these things? So you're actually talking to people, huh? But you say you got no time for ignorant people. So what are you doing still typing? Like, and you're defining, like you're contradicting yourself there? So it's all right. But check this out though. So he says, how you go about life acting like you know it's all really done. When you don't know shit, you're in a way change your little life peachy style and make life look like it's peachy. There is bad and good days. That's called life. No, that's called reality. There is good and bad days. That is a reality. That's not life. You know what life is? Breathing. Life is not having good days and bad days. That is things that happen in life, but that's not what life is. You know, life is knowing that that's the most important thing about existing, being alive. Not that life is good days and bad days. What type of mentality is that, bro? Like, you really need to be programmed. So they go. So he did say that 95% of the people in the world believe in God. We all know that 95% of the people do not believe in God. And even if they do, it's okay. I got no problem with that if they want to believe. I'm more in tune with those that want to know the truth, not those that want to believe the truth. The ones that want to know the truth. All right? Good. So let's say this. So he says, God ain't no such thing as zombie there is no such thing as a zombie. Man creates that. God gave us life, don't mean it's his job to hand us everything. Those who talk down on him, they will go to burning hell. Wow. Nobody's talking down on your specific God, bro. That is just you thinking big. In your head, you think that I'm mocking God. Now, I woke up, I used to be in that state of mind. You don't think that I was one of the people that believed that the Bible was the truth? Only the truth, and any other religion out there was not the truth? I used to believe like that. That was used to be me. I used to believe that Jesus was everything at one point. Yes, for years and years and years, I did that. And people like him thinks that I never prayed. Yes, I did pray plenty of time. I was begging, praying, pleading for him for this invisible entity to change my life and to show me that what I went through was for a good reason. But the answers never came. I have to understand that I was talking to myself the whole time, giving credits to something that does not exist. Not in that concept of God, because that's a man-made concept. You know what I mean? Now, this is very important. This is very, 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 very important. You know? Like, I'm gonna have to end up this life soon because I've been here too long now. But this is very important. If you don't get nothing out of this thing, get this thing. You know that you are stuck in the zombie state of mind when you give the credit for every accomplishment in your life to something that you never have seen and something you have never heard. That's when you know that you are stuck in the zombie state of mind. Because the credit belongs to that lineage of families that have lived and died over and over and over to the point when you existed. That's where the credit goes for your life. It doesn't go to anything else that you have never seen. It goes to your ancestors. You come from a lineage of ancestors that have lived and died. You're talking about over 12 generations, over 400 years of people living and dying for you to exist today. Their credit, the credit goes to them. It doesn't go to something you have never seen. They've been tricking you to just give all the credit to something that you've never seen instead of giving the credit to those that actually existed, and because of them, you exist. Now, at least think about that. It don't matter anything else that I say. I know that a lot of people doesn't watch what I say. I mean, it doesn't watch my video. That's cool. Like I say, I only got 160 some people in my Facebook. That's cool. I'm not looking for being popular. I'm just sharing information so you can actually do your own research and find out what's important in your life. You can walk around like a zombie. Find out what's actually going on and be alert. Stay aware. That's all. Now, I'm gonna give you another news, right? In Kazakhstan, it's another country. In Kazakhstan, you know what happened over there? The people rise up and took over the government. They overthrown the government. They arrested every military official and all the law enforcement. They arrested them. The people did that. They got tired of everything was going on. They actually got tired to being told what to do, to being told how to live their life. And they say, nah. They surrounded all the official buildings in the government and they took over. They set them all on flames. They took the power back into their hands because of every corruption that have been happening, from all of this craziness going on with the virus and all of this craziness going on with the gas prices going on and all kinds of different bad ways of living. They just got fed up with it. They said, that's it, we're going to take over. And they did, to the point that the police and the military officials surrendered. They surrendered to them. This happened. Like, you can look up this thing for yourself in Kazakhstan. This just happened not long ago. They just done this whole thing. How long do you think that's going to happen before that happens in the United States? Because it's coming. Like, the people here is really fed up. The people are really fed up with the things that's happening in the United States. So in Kazakhstan over there, in the other country, the people rise up against the government and overthrow the government. They got rid of them. That happens. Like, this is real truth stories, news that you can look up for yourself. You're not going to find them on the mainstream media. You got to actually do your research, because right now that's what happened in Kazakhstan. The people rise up and overthrow the government. That's exactly what happened. Now, you will not know these things if you are in the everyday programmation and stuck in the systematic way of living, because they're deciding to keep you distracted. Not only to keep you distracted, but to keep you under the understanding. To keep you under the understanding. Because by the time you get to understanding, you'll be stuck in understanding, and you will never get to overstand it at all. So how can you get to understanding how can you get to your understanding about things when you're stuck in understanding? How can you even get to overstanding when you're stuck in understanding? You understand that. If you understand it, you under something. When you overstand it, you over what most people don't understand. And when you are in your understanding, that's when you found peace with yourself. You understand this? Of course not. Some people. That was just for you, man. I'm going to let you go. I don't think I'm going to do another video in a while. But I have to do that because I already know that if I made a video for this thing, it was going to be too long. So I just threw a video and let everybody watch it. Whoever gets something out of this thing, more power for you. But always remember, man, your boy always going to be bringing that truth, peace, and love to equal unity. And as always, stay home before real something. You needs to wake up. And peace.